Howdy everyone, it's me once again, the one and only Killer Radan. So, what we have here is yet more Resident Evil stuff. Of course, I'll be just continuing from my last video. We'll be talking about some controversy and whatever, and of course, I'll be defending the horror genre and whatnot. So, just talking about this kinds of stuff, have my own takes and whatnot, which I've been doing in here on this channel anyway. Come to think about it. But it's okay though. I don't mind doing this kind of a thing. But anyway, I just thought I'd just do it in some ways, just to kind of wrap it up already. In some ways, I kind of feel like I want to move on already by this point. I'll be honest with you. But anyway, thanks for tuning in. Right, of course, because this is clearly going to be another long ass game video, I guess. I got a lot of these that tend to be anyway. Not always, but the vast majority of them are really long. So anyway, thank you for tuning in. Without further ado, let's continue, shall we? So here we go.
President Trump hosted a meeting with video game makers and their critics at the White House today. He was busy. They're looking for ways to reduce youth violence following the Florida school shooting. And the president recently expressed shock at what young people are exposed to today.
The video games, the movies, the internet stuff is so violent. It's so incredible. I see it. I get to see things that you'd be amazed at. I have a very young son who I look at some of the things he's watching and I say, how is that possible? And this is what kids are watching.
Now let's discuss whether there is any link between violence on the screen and real violence with Ben Shapiro, editor-in-chief of the Daily Wire, and retired Army Lieutenant Colonel David Grossman, who's authored books on the psychology of violence. Army Ranger, black belt, and everything. Okay, you win just on that score. It's great to have you both on. Let's start with you, David, because some of these games are really wild. I mean, they're pretty graphic, pretty gory. You know them, Call of Duty. I don't do any of these, but
like Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, they're simulated violence.
It's a criminal simulator, a murder simulator.
Yeah, Evan Ramsey, others like some of these other killers, Dylan Klebold, Eric Harris of Columbine, were steeped in these games. Adam Lanza.
The Norway killer trained on those. He said he trained on them. 69 dead on an island in Norway, and he spent a year training on video games to prepare himself for this crime. The killer in Florida, he spent 15 hours a day on violent video games. The most all-consuming, all-pervasive thing in this guy's life are these violent video games. And less than a year ago, the American Psychological Association made a definitive statement. There is a clear, unequivocal link between violent video games, violent behavior. Their blood pressure goes up, their heart rate goes up, violent actions go up. The data is persistent and clear across many different forms. You cannot deny it. It is overwhelming.
Ben Shapiro, I know you're skeptical about a link from video games. Yeah. Millions and millions of people play these video games. I mean, girls aren't as into these video games, I'm sorry, as boys are, but I think if my sons had access to them, I'm sure they'd play them all the time, because something about the boy's brain and these games. But why are you not worried about it?
Well, I mean, I'm not supremely worried about it just because the consumption of these violent video games has been going up continuously since the early 90s, and yet youth violence has been going down since the early 90s. The correlation actually doesn't fit. As far as individual instances, I mean, you can find patterns in very sporadic instances among virtually all data sets, but there's some pretty mixed data about this. It's true that the American Psychological Association recommends that parents not allow their kids to play these games. I wouldn't let my kids play these games because I think they're immoral, frankly, but that should really be up to parents. I'm not sure the government should be in the business of stepping in. In 2011, Justice Scalia, in a majority decision 5-4, found that it was actually unconstitutional for the state of California to regulate the capacity of parents to be able to get these video games for their kids, or even for kids to get them themselves without parental permission. He saw that as a content violation under the First Amendment.
Let's talk more about this. The assassinations that take place in the games.
You know, my book, Laura, Assassination Generation, we outlined the dissenting opinions in that case. There's much more to this situation that we need to understand. You know, Clarence Thomas and Stephen Breyer, the most liberal, most conservative justice, dissented. Stephen Breyer said they use these to train military. I'm not a medical expert, but I know who is, and it's not the people the video game industry put out. You need to know more about that case. The data is so overwhelming. And when I was a kid, nobody buckled their seatbelt. We're all just fine. Not everybody their seatbelt unbuckled died, but all the ones that died had their seatbelt.
So are you saying kids who have predispositions to this, maybe they have a trigger inside of them, they steep themselves in this violence?
You add one more ingredient to it. A great book, Inside the Mind of a Teen Killer. The new factor in every single case, the new factor. The fact that violent crime is down is not true. In the last
Are they using these in Army Ranger training? Do they do video simulation now?
But we do it with law enforcement and military training. We use simulators. You don't see it in Ranger School, but you see it as an integral part of our training. To make killing a conditioned response is part of modern training. We've got to do it. Healthy people have to be trained to kill, and the video games do the same thing to the kids.
And Ben, what I always think about this is, science or not, for young children to continually see images of heads exploding, chests opening up, you talked about the immorality of all of this. Whether it's constitutional or not constitutional, maybe as a society we have to talk about what numbing ourselves to this very graphic violence. It's not like cartoon. This looks like a real person's head exploding.
On my way.
And it's over and over and over again. And you're doing it 10 hours a day, and you're playing with people in other countries. That's where you're getting your stimulation. And boys need to be outside playing. They need to be doing physical stuff. Instead, they're sitting there on these screens all day. I just don't see how any of that's good.
I fully agree with all of that. I just think there's a question of parental authority, and I think it's a question of how we as a society choose to raise our kids, not necessarily a question of governmental regulation. And the problem I have with the president getting involved is whether this is going to be a cultural issue or is this a regulatory issue? Is this an issue where the president tries to promulgate some sort of legislative response, or where we're supposed to think that the government is going to step in and fix all of this? Because, again, I'm not sure that the statistics match up in terms of just public policy, but I think we're all in agreement that we'd all prefer that kids play less of this, and we have a pretty robust rating system on video games as well. I hope it gets more robust, and I hope more parents take responsibility for the crap their kids are putting in their system.
You know, the Adam Lanza, who had such an empty look in his face, he obviously had severe mental problems as well.
We have laws protecting our kids from guns and tobacco and alcohol and pornography, sex, automobiles, firearms, and all those other areas. They wouldn't buckle their baby in their car seat if it wasn't the law. It's not to get done until we take action. Most major nations on the planet regulate children's access to these games. We're about the only major nation that doesn't do that.
Well, I'm glad I don't like these games, so it's great to have both of you on.
Again, yeah, none of that made any sense, like, at all, whatsoever. Of course, I'm put Donald Trump in such a high pedestal, especially Fox News and whatnot. And I know Fox News is apparently supposed to be this all-encompassing news service that's dedicated to delivering breaking news, which I have to laugh at because, like we just heard, doesn't make any sense. When it's talking about politics on its own, does not have to be a bad thing. But again, just like the previous bit I just brought up, trying to link the two somehow, which again doesn't no. Like if violent video games have some sort of connection there, and then there's a whole bit Trump question level of violence, and then there's the whole editor-in-chief, and then of course when it comes to video games being, I know violent video games being under some sort of investigation or somehow, but to try and do some sort of journalism, which again I have to laugh at because that's not what's going on here, like, at all. But anyway, so I feel like I'm repeating myself in some ways. And no one made any good points here. Nobody made any good points, not really, because when it comes to doing actual journalism, you would know that this stuff is actually rated M for a reason. There's a reason to have a giant M on the box itself when you see the game. How do you not see that? So, yeah, trying to act as if that, like GTA or what have you, is some sort of criminal simulator of some sort. Which sounds funny when you think about it. That sounds hilarious. And, how is it? Okay. Have you not watched an R-rated movie before? Like a really violent movie. Like, not the Godfather movies. The Godfather movies are rated R. And have you not seen those? I'm pretty sure they have, but I'm just saying. So, never mind that, right? Never mind very violent movies. Jesus. Christ. And then something about, I know some people might want to argue, people, when it comes to boys like these, would like them, but not women. I feel like repeating myself here to some extent because that is, yeah, generalizing women, yes, of course, is bad. But the same thing goes the other way around. Generalizing men is also bad. That's also sexist in itself. Yeah, you heard me. Sexism towards men does exist. So acting as if that only boys, only men, we enjoy this kind of stuff. That's what's the connection? I don't. What? Uh, Somehow video games cause violence, but those like hardcore drugs as illegal. Those violent acts like beating up somebody, stabbing someone. What about the fact that there's a lack of sleep? Some people is insomnia, or what do you call that? And those toxic relationships, depression, which of course can vary in degrees as well when you think about it. But we're just gonna glance over all of these. And okay, don't you just realize that violence itself causes violence, regardless of where it comes from? It's not the video game's fault that you can't control yourself. So, I mean, something with the movies, it's not the movie's fault that you can't control yourself either. But when you think, what about abusive parents? Yes, parents can be very abusive. But just can happen in various degrees as well, because the parents can abuse their own child physically, mentally, verbally, belittling them, gaslighting. You know, those, and make them feel guilty for some things or whatever. Or even grab a belt and hit him with it, which I believe you should never lay a finger at a child like that. I mean, yes, kids should be disciplined. Yes, kids should learn. Yes, you know, and all that jazz. But and yes, of course, kids can be annoying. Obviously, kids can be a pain in the ass at times. Obviously, but that's to be expected, especially if you're a parent. Oh boy, but that doesn't mean you should belt the child. Yeah, I know. That's not going to realm of child abuse, of course, which should never be done, by the way. Never lay your finger on a child like that, ever, like at all, in any shape or form like that, in a bad way. But going back on track here is that, so it kind of goes in the regards like only men, only little boys, teenagers will play these games. That's like saying, with that same stupid logic, that's like saying that women should dress up conservatively because men get too horny if they see some thigh. Yeah, oh yeah, us men can't control ourselves whatsoever. That's really stupid. I mean, to some extent, I mean, yes, to some extent, yes, you could say there are men out there who can't control themselves, but that is the case, sure. But that's not the woman's fault. That doesn't mean that all women should dress up conservative. It should be if she wants to. It's not the woman's fault that there's some horny men out there. But you can't blame all men either, whatsoever. You can't control a woman's body. Top of all this. But it just, I don't know, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever when you think about it, in any shape or form. Let me see here. Yeah, but yeah, I don't get it. I don't get this kind of thing whatsoever. So, yeah, of course, I mean, yeah, that's like blaming video games for people doing drugs and whatnot. That's like that kind of thing, which, yes, doesn't make any sense at all whatsoever. And just because you're gonna have someone agreeing with you, does not mean you're in the right. Whatsoever. Does not mean in your right or what's. Yeah, Ben over here and Fox News are not just the clowns; they're the entire damn circus. When you think about it, because none of what they're saying actually adds up. I don't know. Just I don't get it. There are a bunch of people that don't make no sense whatsoever. It's like a comedy sketch. It's like a comedy sketch here in some ways because it's funny. It's so stupid. It's funny. Boy, I don't get any of this. I don't get any of this whatsoever. Like what? Okay. And I'm just also considering the fact that your heart rate can go up when you're playing sports. What about that? So might as well say sports themselves, like whether it's volleyball, wrestling. Yeah, I'm calling it a wrestling sport. Or basketball, baseball. Why not just go and say that itself? Those things would cause aggression, and those things could cause violence. I don't know. Just it's very faulty. As I'm getting at, it's very faulty logic when you think about it. So yeah, I've played these very gory games. I played some of the goriest games out there. But you don't see me going out mindlessly stabbing people for no reason whatsoever. So yeah, here I am again defending video games. I know I don't defend video games that often, not really. But yeah, just just I don't get this. You know the serial killers, right? Those mass murderers out there. So it's kind of like playing Dr. Mario, and then somehow just by playing Dr. Mario, that right there means that I'm son of doctor. Or playing Sonic the Hedgehog, that's somehow I'm gonna make me be a fast runner. Or even playing like games like Dead or Alive, Extreme Beach Volleyball. Suddenly uh, I'm suddenly a volleyball player, a really expert one. Or playing Rumble Roses, I'm suddenly a wrestler. So see how that works? It doesn't make any sense. Like what? Ben himself is sort of a moron. If you're thinking about it. So he can go get fucked for all I care. And same thing with Fox News. Anybody on Fox News is a bunch of idiots. I know I talked trash about them before, but I do have some legitimate points because they don't make no sense. So it's like I don't know. It doesn't make any sense, like at all. Okay, let's go through. It's just something I just find kind of odd that this is a thing for some reason. Ugh, I don't know. I don't get it. I really don't get any shit like whatsoever. So what's kind of shocking to me is to the extent a lot of the parents in this country we avoid to being an actual parent and just let these video games do the parenting for them. So there is a reason that these games, regardless of genre, have age ratings. So you're going to bypass that? Do you realize that it's your responsibility as a parent to check these ratings and only buy the right games for your kid? Or does that require too much work? Is that what it is? It requires way too much fucking work for you to do. That's hilarious to me. It's fucking funny. Can't blame violent video games like just shooting them up stuff or whatever. Somehow it makes you a bad person. Okay, that's fucking stupid. Anyway, I don't get this shit. So, and I'm just ranting Moravia. I'm trying to talk about stuff like this. Yes, this is me. This is my way of trying to defend, Resident Evil, because Resident Evil, I know technically it's a horror survival thing, which it is, but this is also my way of trying to defend games like this, because these types of games have the right to exist. They have the right to be here. They have the right to be sold in game stores. If you don't want to buy this, then don't. Like I was saying earlier, no one's making you play this type of stuff. If you don't want to play it, fine. Whatever. I honestly don't give a shit. Because like I said before, there's already a fan base. The Call of Duty games have been around for this long. The Resident Evil games have been around for this long. The Doom games have been around for this long. The Mario games, the Sonic games, the Mortal Kombat, Dead or Alive. You name it, all these games are franchises now. They've been around, they've been thriving to various degrees for this long. So, I don't get it. So, if you don't want to buy any of these stuff, then don't. What the hell? What the hell? Alright, okay, yeah, again, in a moment or two, I'm going to take another quick bathroom break, folks, just so everyone will know. Yeah, like I was saying, this is going to be, like the other videos I've done with this, it's going to be fairly long anyway, so it's just so anyone will know, there's going to be another long fucking video again. So in just a moment, I'm going to just use the restroom, of course, a quick bathroom break, I guess. You can call it another intermission kind of thing going on here. So, yeah, I just thought I'd let everyone know, for whoever's watching this, of course. Alright, let's go through here and whatever. Let's take care of whatever I have to take care of. And whatnot, so. Alright. But yeah, of course, I don't thank anybody that actually sat through all this. Of course, all the other videos I've uploaded on this channel when it comes to this. So thank you anybody ahead of time, obviously, so. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. So here we go. But yeah. Okay, just go through here. Whatever. Just take care of. Just take care of whatever I have to take care of. Just do whatever, I suppose. Of course, I'm aware of the fact that these types of games may not be for everybody, or just the horror genre in general is not for everyone. But yes, I do realize that. I'm just saying. I'm not saying everybody has to like the same thing. There's nothing wrong with having some sort of diversity when it comes to like a variety and whatnot. I'm just trying to say is that just don't be a dickhead. That's what I'm saying. Just don't be a dick about like some people can obviously be. Unfortunately, just don't be an asshole. So let's go through here or whatever. But yeah, I thought I'd do this, folks, because I'm still gonna upload this as often as I could. Of course, doing these really lengthy videos. I mean, I know there's an audience out there for long videos, but I guess it just depends who's gonna be. But it just depends who's gonna do what, I guess. I mean, there's gonna be something for everybody, of course. Obviously, which is fine. Or whatnot. It doesn't have to be a bad thing, obviously. But yeah, like I said, I'm going to just take a short bathroom break in just a moment here. Okay, just go through here. Just trying to find all the stuff I need to find, of course. So here we go. Just blow shit up, and of course, just destroy shit. Just murder the fuck out of these monsters. Like I said in one of my videos. Anyway, alright, folks, just give me a minute here. I'll be right back. Need to go to the bathroom. So just had to go to the restroom for a moment, like I was saying. So anyway, let's just go through whatever we have to finish here, I suppose, folks. Alrighty, here we go. And yeah, just shoot up a bunch of shit and whatnot. You got this bazooka on this motherfucker. Alright, like I was saying, I'm just want to actually try to speed up the process here, trying to finish this damn thing up, obviously. So, do this, of course. Let's do this shit. Here we go. Okay, I think I triggered something here. Okay. I think that did something there. All right. I believe so. Let's see here. Let's go through here and whatnot. Woohoo! That's what I'm talking about. Okay, that obviously did something. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, motherfucker. God damn it. Motherfucker, straight shit. Okay, let's go. Oh, fucking hell. What the hell? What the fucking shit? God damn it. Yeah, there's some here. Oh, it looks... Am I fucked? Oh, god damn it. Yeah, there's some here. Oh, fucking hell. There's some bullshit. Fucking monster thing here. Holy hell. Ah, fuck. Yeah, there's some crazy bullshit. God damn it. Oh, boy. Yeah, okay, that's another thing I'm gonna fight off, I suppose. Ah, god damn it. There you go. Here's my chance to get the fuck out of here. Holy shit. Alright, let's go through here. Come on, come on, come on. Okay. Might have an idea. Yeah, I think I have an idea here. Alright. Fuck. Damn it. Yeah, this is something, alright. Okay. Let's go over here. Take care of this. Okay. Boom. Hey, that should do something. Collect some shit. There you go. There you go. Goddamn monster zombie thing. So here we go. Fuck. Yeah, like I said, folks, I have an idea here. Okay. Just trying to make sure I do everything right. Make sure